So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C-Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another edition of Beer Mail here on BAOS. This evening, we have some bangers fresh out of Toronto, Canada, from Northern Maverick. They are a brew pub on Bathurst Street at King, right downtown, actually in the ground floor of a condo building, which is something that started to happen in Toronto a little bit. Now, these guys have been around for a solid year or so. To be honest, I never got to try this stuff until, what is it now? It's January, I'm filming this, 2019. We went down and met up with the owner, Jason, in some point in November. Super, super cool guy. Great venue. It was a beautiful place. Food was fantastic. We tried all of the beers they had on tap. All of them, legitimately, super, super great. We actually hadn't had any engagement with them. I hadn't had any, heard a ton of stuff about them either way. So I kind of went in with like no expectations, and I was genuinely pleasantly surprised. So Jason kindly left us with some beers, so I figured, you know what? Let's run through them for a beer mail. So we have 5 bangers that I feel like I can get through in one night. First is their flagship, their Vienna Lager. Is it Vienna Lager? Let's just say lager. It's a lager. We have their Festbier. So this is the first anniversary Festbier, so for, I assume, around October there. We have their Hefeweizen, gold medal winner at the Ontario Brewing Awards. Get that in you. I'm not even a big fan of Hefeweizens. I think I tried that at the brewery and it was fantastic. This guy, the Hazy IPA Enforcer. Bam, you know I'm looking forward to that. And this actually is the only one here I haven't had before. Captain's Keep. It's a 2018 barrel-aged dark sour, aged 6 months in rum barrels. So, let's get into it. So first up, the lager. So this is the only one they have canned. This is the LCBO beer. I can't recall if they, a little explosive, if they got into LCBOs yet, or if they were planning to. But I guess this would be somewhat their flagship beer. You see, it is kind of dark. For some reason, I think it's a Vienna Lager. It doesn't say on the can, but I guess I had it in my head for some reason. Oh, let's look at that. So, nice kind of like honey color there. It is 5% even, as one would expect. Nice little head. Kind of a bready nose. All right, get in you. Nice. Exactly what you think. Malty, crisp. Nice flavor profile in this, actually. Like, sometimes lagers can go either way. This is totally packed full of flavor. Yeah. Not overly carbonated. A little bitter. A little bit of sweetness in there from the malts. Crushable. Clean. Dry finish. Fantastic. You already know I'm about that life right now. Alright, the Festbier. I had a bunch of good ones this year. I kind of didn't go too hard on these in 2018. And, no, I typically don't go hard on them, I'm sorry. But 2018, I tried to get into as many as I could. And I've been quite enjoying them. And I think it correlates with how much I've been enjoying lagers and pilsners in general. So this one, funnily enough, is significantly lighter than the lager there. Now this is, what does it say that? 6%. To commemorate their first anniversary, coinciding with Oktoberfest. German noble hops, and what did I say? 6%, yep. So, yeah, definitely a lighter color if you want to put that side by side. Oh, you know what? That's actually almost identical now. Pouring it looks so much lighter looking down, but side by side is pretty similar. Same type of a head. Not a huge nose. Alright, well, let's get in here. Nice. You can definitely taste that extra 1% of booze in a beer like this. A little roastier than the lager, maltier. I guess there's more of that bready character. Yeah, this is chill. Crisp, smooth. Similar carbonation to the lager there. I like it. I like this stuff a lot, man. Who would have thunk it, eh? Alright, Hefeweizen time. So when we're at the brewery, we tried them in I went down with Scotty and Tiff, and we tried everything in a flat, and I don't recall my thoughts on this at all. Like I said earlier, most of my thoughts on Hefeweizens aren't super positive. I used to love them back in the day, but I guess as your palate kind of grows and changes, sort of, got over them for whatever reason. So, look at this one. It's a little bit opaque. Mostly pretty clear. Nice head. Got the cloves on the nose there. Put that in you. Solid. What's this? 5%. Bavarian Hefeweizen. Considerable haze. Banana esters and cloves. Apple and pear undertones. Alright. That's pretty much exactly what it is. Yeah, super crisp. The bananas and the cloves, it's kind of, and I've spoken to a lot of brewers about this. Maybe they influence me, because in the podcast, a lot of brewers, when I ask your least favorite style, it comes up a lot, Hefeweizen, surprisingly at first to me. And I was like, why people keep saying that? And I can kind of get why. If you're not into that banana sort of clovey vibe. This is a little more subdued than the average Hefeweizen. It's quite fruity, which I do like. Super crushable, super easy to put down. It's got that, summery kind of thing about it, as a lot of them do, but yeah, as far as Hefeweizens go, this is solid, and I can see why it would have won a gold medal. It's probably dead on style guidelines, BJCP stuff. Love it. Alright, this is the one I've been waiting for, mate. Enforcer IPA. I remember this was, once we had the flight at the brewpub, I went for a pint of this one. I haven't had it since. Oh wow, great tropical nose. I know that Jason specifically was like, alright, you boys are going to want to try this one. I love it when breweries know, or just anybody knows that we love the haze and they make sure that we get it. Pleases me ever so much. So the whole bottle is not going to fit into the glass, so hopefully that little yeast rouse will put most of it in. So this bad boy is 7%, juicy IPA with Citra Mosaic and Amarillo. Yeah. Say less. It's definitely hazy, quite murky even. Nice head. Super tropical. Might get in you. Nice. Super dusty. More bitter than you would anticipate. I don't think they're intending it to be a New England exactly, but it's definitely got that vibe about it. Clean, dry, sweet, slightly. Is it piney or dank? I always get it kind of like, it's hard to tell sometimes. I want to say piney. It's got that kind of like a little bit on the West Coast side, kind of sitting in the middle, but this is great. I've actually been, I mentioned this multiple times. I'm really enjoying these kind of like East meets West, sort of like the East Coast in visual presentation, in mouthfeel, in the way that it's dry hop, but then sometimes with that West Coast bitterness with some of that pine and dank in there. Lovely. All right, last one. So this is the wax sealed Captain's Keep barrel aged sour, a Belgian brown ale in Caribbean rum cask for 6 months and bottle conditioned for their first anniversary. Interestingly enough, they don't have like a lot of storage in the venue, so they actually were hanging all the barrels in the ceiling. It was nuts. So like these little rafters things, and they had most of the ones they had up there were empty at the moment. Then the plan is to just slowly fill them up over time, and they're sitting right there. Got the wax seal open, always a challenge, but they look so sick. So, woof, that smells great. So a barrel-aged brown ale is an interesting choice. Something I haven't had a ton of in the past. It's pouring quite nice. Yeah, I really appreciated the ingenuity of the barrel system. Dark rum, dried fruit, chocolate, tart Granny Smith apples. All right, and it is 6%, so not too big, which I quite appreciate about all this stuff. Nice and dark, a little bit opaque in there. Yeah, tons of rum on the nose. Put it in, yeah. Nice. So definitely got the brown ale side down. Sharp carbonation. The rum spice is certainly in there. Not over the top. It's a little sour. I can definitely get that, like tart Granny Smith apples. What an interesting thing. Chocolatey, still subtle. Dried fruit, and definitely getting a bit of that. Not a ton either, though. Yeah, it's actually quite approachable. I feel like it's got some of the tartness is kind of like, it's giving me Flanders red vibes, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, which is super unexpected from a brown ale, but this is pretty chill, man. I feel like the good thing about Northern Maverick is that, particularly based on their location and the way the place is set up, they're totally a gateway brewery. All the beers they make were super crushable, super approachable, super solid. They have fantastic food, so it was a good night out when we went down. It was kind of like I can't remember what night it was, maybe like midweek or something. It was rammed, and you're getting all sorts of people in there, so that they're going to be able to get into craft beer. And Jason was saying that people would say, I drink Coors, what do you got? Well, you could introduce them to the lager or something like that. So that's always super cool to see. So yeah, man, check these guys out. Head down to the bottle shop on Bathurst in Toronto. If you see the lager around LCBOs, make sure you cop that. That's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe. I haven't done this for a while, I feel like. Hit subscribe below. Hit the notification bell.
Ding.
So you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast everywhere. And check out the long form audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We've got a ton of great content coming this year. That is it. We'll see you in the next episode. And as always, get in ya.